Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Tennessee Volunteers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
The history of college football has many ties to the military. Tennessee's Neyland Stadium, with over 101,000 fans in place, is one of those. The stadium was named for legendary football coach General Robert R. Neyland on October 27, 1962. This is one of the most beautiful venues in college sports, with the Tennessee River, the sailgating, and the checkered end zones. Can't wait to watch a college football game at Tennessee. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Bunch formation for these receivers. Fresh set of downs going up top. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. He's changing the play. Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. From the gun, wants to pass. Left side is Staley. Breaks into the open. Smashes through the tackle. And he takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, third down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and, you know, that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those third downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that third down a little bit better. They got to snatch some momentum back, and you got to tackle that, right? You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You got to accomplish the mission.
This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing first and goal. They give it to him first time this season for the transfer. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He stopped short of the goal line, couldn't find his way in, and it'll bring up 4th and goal.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
On the move. And nothing doing on the ground. This defense having none of it and stopping him on 4th down.
And I think that's going to be a frustrating drive for this offense, man. You move the ball on your first possession right down the field, and you choose to be aggressive, and you choose to go for the touchdown. But now you get nothing out of this possession. The defense gets the stop. They get some momentum going in their favor.
Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end. Looking for room. It's Walton. Runs through a tackle. And I think they'll mark him right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't help much with the breathing room, but on the upside, they avoided the safety.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end, covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Right down the middle. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly...
Here they come, and it's blocked.
And you got to give the special teams coach a lot of credit. He's been game planning this all week long. He saw something on film that made him believe he might be able to get some push, get some penetration right up the middle of the field, and it worked. Huge play on the block.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown ball. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Deep in the end zone, it's Walton. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Taylor wants to throw. Still looking to his right. Yep. It's a fumble on the play. Scoops it up. Still a live ball. He's knocked down. Short gain. Maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
And listen, quarterbacks run more nowadays, and we see more of it, but they do have a tendency, because they are a quarterback, to cough it up a little bit. But how about the man? He said, I got this, and jumps back on it, make sure he covers that thing up so he didn't make a bad play for his offense.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Graham. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. He's starting to get in touch with his inner Joe Montana as the Irish are moving the ball up top.
And I think that's always the question with the Irish every year is who's going to play quarterback. We know their brand and we know who they are, but are they going to get ballers at that position? Are they going to get a great Ian Book, a great Brady Quinn? That's the next step. And if they find that guy, Notre Dame can do everything they want to do and be great in college football.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Caught. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he gets it away. The Irish send out the punt unit. Don't forget, he had that first punt blocked. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Wants to throw one first. Got it in the middle. It's Alexander. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left, have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that...
Makes the grab in their space. They finally get to him. A lot of play there to pick up the first down. The Volunteers peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. On the run, it's Bishop. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll run it. Brought down.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Here comes third and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Making the adjustment on the play. He's looking to throw on third and short. Out wide right, it's Staley. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Right side, it's Matthews. Touchdown, Tennessee! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. From the gun, it's Mobley. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the first. run him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front of the current attack.
Finds a crease, it's Mobley. Got the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And it's just got to be nice to have a running back that can make big-time plays with his feet. First down, second down, third down right here. His opportunity, he gets the football, makes a huge gain. He makes this offense go, and it makes it so easy to be a play caller.
Oh, pressure's coming. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. And this is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now, they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
Taylor wants to throw it. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8-ball right now on this drive. A sack, first down. They've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted.
Third in Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that first down, makes the big mistake.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Fresh setter down's going to the air. Buying time to his right. Out wide right, it's Staley. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. In the red area, it's Bishop. Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Gets the back moving. Wants to go up top on second down. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Volunteers! Into the end zone for 6.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
He'll bring it out. It's Walton. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here come the Irish back on offense. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Straight ahead, it's Mobley. Sees some running room. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. He now has 53 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. They'll give it to him again. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical. Get off the ball, get down.
It's a seam wide open, running inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And a huge run run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
And he makes the extra point. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Takes it in. Touchdown, Irish.
There is nothing better than watching a big boy do what he was born to do. Ball on the turf, the big fella scoops it up, and Palmer, thank God he didn't have to go far.
You know what? The thing I love about this too, David, is he never quit on the play. He pursued it, showed great effort. He was Johnny on the spot, bounced right into his belly. They may want to put this guy on short yardage goal line because he has a nose for the end zone.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. That 3-touchdown lead has been cut to 7. The momentum has shifted, and now a chance to get it back on this drive. Left side is Matthews. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The Vols in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way. At least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have any.
He'll throw on 3rd down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film.
And they drop him for a loss, but there are penalty markers on the field. Let's check out the call. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed him for the defensive holding penalty. 3 yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Fresh set of downs going up top. Going to try to get it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Hits the side, got the 1st down with his feet. And the Vols have their offense in high gear. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. He'll get rid of it. Intercepted to stop the threat. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket and the play's breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away, and the defense took advantage with the interception.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. On the run, it's Mobley. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Right back to the well. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. Season alley. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, their defense did a great job deep in their own end, right? Getting the turnover on downs. And now the offense is starting to pay that off. On the third play of this drive, third down, they're able to run it, pick up the first, they stay on the field, and they're going to try and churn this thing out.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll run the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. With the draw, it's Walton. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Taylor wants to throw. Out wide left, it's Graham. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run. You got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback in a third down situation, knowing exactly where the first down marker was. It wasn't there open to throw the football. He was very smart. He got out, he took off running, knew exactly where he had to get to keep his offense on the field.
One more snap coming before halftime. Taylor wants to throw it. Under pressure. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
This really has been a tale of 2 quarters for this offense. They were shut out in the first quarter, and they've been lighting the scoreboard up in the second. Give this offensive coordinator some credit. He found a rhythm. He was able to get this offense churning big plays out one after another, and right now they are playing with tons of confidence.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 1, the start of a brand new season, and it's our pleasure to welcome you into the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Oregon, taking on the number 13 team, the UCLA Bruins. And it's the Ducks getting a banner day from their stars on the road to pick up victories away from home. That's the mark of a focused team, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Long way to go on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. Turning it on. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Trying to stop this guy has been a near impossible task. You want to become an Irish legend, like maybe the most legendary of all Notre Dame backs, George Gipp, win one for the Gipper. How about just running one with this guy?
Yeah, you want to win some hardware at the end of the season, too. Just keep feeding him the rock, letting him do his thing. Running the football with such success makes everything easier on offense. But when you can hand the ball off to the right, to the left, up the middle, have success, yes, please.
Fantastic job there buying time and then using his speed to go get a huge chunk play. You saw on defense a lot of people in the back end with their heads turned around chasing receivers. It's dangerous. You want to play man coverage. You don't want to keep your eyes on the quarterback. You're going to pay for it. You saw it right there.
Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Give to the running back. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line.
And that was a nice second down run and setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
Right at the line. Finding some room. The Tenn got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. You saw it right there.
So here is the Tennessee offense. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Right side, it's Richard. There he goes. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. And the Volunteers want to move quickly.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's why I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him because they're locked in on that star out wide.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Quick give. It's Bishop. At the 45 on its way. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down, now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
There's a little room there. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
The Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Changing the routes with his receivers. Drops back on first down. Holds on, it's Matthews. Breaks free, and he might be gone. Got enough space. Touchdown ball. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
The ball bounces through the end zone and it will be a touchback. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He rumbles out to the 39-yard line before he's steered out of bounds.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Taylor wants to throw. Complete. Got a lot of room to the right. At the 20. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They looked finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Hits inside. It's Bishop. Makes the tackle. The Vols headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd. Looking to the big tight end. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And the Vols decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields the punt. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Got a big paw up there and knocks it down incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Third quarter, opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. Hands it off on the counter. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Taylor wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. Racing to the right. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Make his way to the corner. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. Looking for a gap. It's Mobley. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Rides to the back. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the Volunteers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Making the adjustment. Second down, gonna throw it. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Throws it deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Snapped on fourth down. He's not afraid to go deep. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like, late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Well, this guy has had himself a day. Already over 100 yards receiving in the game, so no wonder the quarterback's looking his way, and no wonder the defense now has finally figured out they're trying to throw it to him. So we got to cover him, and we got to knock balls down and force incompletions.
On 2nd and 10, a four wide out set, trips right. Looking to throw again. Fires deep on the run. Got him downfield. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The Volunteers want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw one first. On target over the middle. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. They'll take the penalty and move them back. I guess an optimist could say it's still first and goal, and now you have a little more room to work with. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. He's looking to pass. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Defense. That loose ball, it'll be a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
Keeps it moving. It's Mobley. Knocked down in the backfield. And, boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
They'll ride him again. finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
They punted away on fourth down. Not a lot of room to make this catch. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Out wide right, it's Richard. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Back to pass on second down. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. Uh-oh, look out! He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The Vols will hustle to the line. Fresh setter downs going to the air.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on second and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Matthews. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. And the Vols are moving quickly down the field.
Well, you got to think here offensively that
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
you can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. After not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Caught in the backfield, it's Gilbert. Makes the grab, and down immediately, he picks up a few.
I think thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on third down. Taylor wants to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Finds a man in the middle. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
Nice job executing the 4-minute offense. You know, they practice this throughout the week, having a lead late in the game, running plays to just get enough to get first downs to stay on the field, and they are executing this 4-minute offense to perfection.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. They'll have a first down here, a Week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible. $1:57 left.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. On the move, it's Walton, and he's brought down after a short gain. Eager to get the football back with as much time remaining as possible. The defense uses a timeout. 1:53 showing on the clock.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. He's got enough to move the chains, and that clock will keep moving, and they'll be able to run it out.
I mean, how about it, guys, right? I mean, we're up here in the booth. We can't believe they decided to go for it on 4th down with the lead. We thought maybe, okay, it's just going to come up and try and draw them off sides and get a cheap one and get a cheap first down. But no, this coaching staff, they decided to go out and not just go for it, throw for the first down, and they get it. I guess that explains why they're down there on the sidelines and we're up here in the booth.
Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves